Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever heard a song so loud you thought your house was gonna shake apart? Yep, that's heavy metal. And today we're gonna go on a tour through all its different styles and figure out why so many people all over the world absolutely love this super intense sound.
All right, let's just jump right in. If you've ever been in a car or maybe at a friend's house and a song comes on that's so powerful you can literally feel the bass thumping in your chest, well, you've probably just met heavy metal. And if you've ever thought, whoa, what is that? Then you are in exactly the right spot. Because today, we're going to break it all down.
So, to really understand heavy metal, we gotta start with the basics, the core ingredients. Think of it like a video game. You can't just jump in and start pulling off insane combos, right? First, you have to learn the basic controls. That's what we're doing now. Okay, so the most important thing to get is that metal didn't just like pop into existence. Nope, it grew out of rock music back in the late 60s and early 70s. You had these bands playing blues and psychedelic rock, and they basically just decided to turn everything up to 11. The volume, the power, the energy, everything got bigger, louder, and way more intense than anything people had heard before.
And at the heart of it all is the electric guitar. It's the absolute superstar of heavy metal. And its main special move? It's called distortion. A regular electric guitar sounds pretty clean, right? Well, distortion is like slapping a super intense, gritty filter on a photo. It gives you that awesome, powerful, crunchy sound that is like the foundation of the whole genre.
All right, but it's not just about the guitar. Let's head over to what I like to call the engine room. Behind that killer guitar sound, you've got the rhythm section. That's the drums and the bass. And this is where the music gets all its crazy power and speed.
Check this out. What makes metal drumming so different is often this one piece of gear, the double bass pedal. See, most drummers use one foot for the big kick drum, but in metal, they often use two pedals, one for each foot. It's basically like hitting the nitro boost in a racing game. It lets them create this insane, super fast thump, 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 thump sound that's just a constant wall of energy.
And then there's the unsung hero of the band, the bass guitar. The guitar gets all the flashy solos, the drums get the speed, but the bass? The bass is the secret glue holding all that awesome chaos together. It adds all those super low notes that connect the drums and guitar, and it's the reason the music feels so physically heavy and huge. Okay, so now we have our core ingredients, right? They've got the crunchy guitar, the heavy bass, and the lightning-fast drums. Now for the fun part. Let's see what happens when bands take those ingredients and push them to the absolute limit. First stop, the speed zone, where it's all about playing as fast and aggressively as humanly possible.
And here you can see a couple of great examples. Let's stick with our gaming analogy. Think of these like different character classes. First, you've got thrash metal. This is your high-speed assassin class. Super fast, high damage, and it often has lyrics about real-world problems. Then you have death metal. This is like leveling up that aggression into something even heavier and darker. The guitars are tuned way lower, the songs get more complex, and the vocals, well, they're more like a deep growl.
But wait, metal isn't always about who can play the fastest. Not at all. For our next stop, we're going to look at two styles that are all about creating a really powerful mood or atmosphere. And what's super cool is that they do it in completely opposite ways. And this just shows you how wild the genre can be. On one hand, you've got doom metal. If thrash was the assassin, doom is the big, heavy tank class. It's super slow and it just crushes you with these huge, heavy guitar sounds to make you feel, well, kind of heavy and sad. Then, on the total opposite side of things, you have black metal. This stuff uses crazy fast drumming called blast beats and these thin, almost shrieking guitars to create a sound that's cold, raw, and just pure chaos. Okay, for our last musical stop, we're leaving all that darkness behind. Now, we're jumping into worlds of fantasy, epic orchestras, and even futuristic robots and technology. This is where metal gets super melodic and honestly kind of cinematic.
First up, symphonic metal. The name kind of gives it away, right? It's all about mixing heavy metal with a symphony orchestra. You get the powerful guitars and drums, but then you add in a full orchestra with violins, choirs, and usually a singer who sounds like they're straight out of an opera. It basically sounds like the epic final battle of a movie. Then you've got power metal. This is basically the fantasy adventure of the metal world. The songs are almost always about heroes, dragons, magic swords. You get the picture. It's super fast, really positive sounding, and it's all about creating these huge, epic choruses that just make you want to pump your fist in the air and sing along. And last but not least, we have industrial metal. This is where metal plugs itself right into the computer. It mixes those heavy guitar riffs we've been talking about with electronic music, like synthesizers, drum machines, and cool sound samples. The whole vibe is very futuristic, mechanical, and sometimes even a little robotic. Heavy metal is way more than just music, though. It's also this giant, worldwide community. You can spot fans anywhere by the classic black band t-shirt. They have these huge festivals that are like a giant family reunion. And here's the cool part. Even though the music can sound super aggressive, the fans are known for being some of the friendliest, most welcoming people you'll ever meet. So if you take away just one thing from this, let it be this. Heavy metal is a massive, diverse world with a style for pretty much any mood you're in, whether you want something super fast and angry, or something slow, epic, and even beautiful.
And that's our tour. We've blasted through the huge universe of heavy metal. Seriously, we've only scratched the surface here. But hopefully you can see it's way more than just random noise. So, the real question is for you. With all these different styles to check out, which world of metal are you going to explore first?